Ahoy everyone and welcome to the Trollies sing-along, Trolley Radio. Trolls Radio. This part was always kind of scary for me when I was a kid. Maybe I was just too much of a wimpy kid. Now, so this is the trolls, like, the troll doll characters and their puppets. See? The puppet work is really well done. Like, the puppets look really good. And you got all different personalities on the puppets as well. Trollies, radio show sing-along. They're all got, as I said, they can see, you can see the personalities already. That's the DJ, the one with the black hair, him. There's a Viking one. She's like a gym, aerobics one. Tiger, that guy's meant to be crazy. That's Dwayne. That's Gooby. Even Pung Pung Jelly. That's obviously the fat one because he's eating and he's fat. Yeah, there was no body positivity back in my day when I was growing up as a kid. This is such a humble fucking show. Excuse my language. Jesus. I apologize. This is such a humble show, like seriously, so humble. That's not how he sounds. So that was the wrong voice that came out of that puppet. Because you just heard him go, that's not his voice. You'll find out later. So what the show is about is basically they're trolls who host a radio show from the forest, and basically they just sing all different songs from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. And honestly, that's so different to the kids shows of today. Like, think about it. Compare this to something like, I don't know, Dora the Explorer. So Dora the Explorer is like, she stands in front of the camera and she's like, "Can you find Swiper?" And he's like standing right behind her. And compare that to this show, which is just a bunch of troll puppets singing old-fashioned tunes. Which represent, which respects their child audience more? The one that basically says, "Where's the thing that's right behind me?" Or something that just, rocks out to old tunes that these kids have probably never heard of. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say that I'm biased or being nostalgic when it's very clear with the evidence given. Hehe. See? Sorry, Shark. That's his voice. So I was told ya. That's my inspiration for Gooby for Driftwood. That's me with Gooby. I've had about all I can handle. As I said, these puppets are really well done. It's not quite Muppets, but it's still really well done. Especially for like a 40 minute special. Like, I'm sure maybe there were more trolley cartoons, but still. Sorry, children's shows. Woolly Bully. I love his hair. Look, not his. The DJ. Look. That's the best part of the show. Oh, look at that. Look at that mop. You can't tell, but I'm smiling from ear to ear watching this. And they sort of changed the words. See, Woolly Troll. Woolly Bolly. Woolly Bolly. Woolly Bolly. Woolly Bolly. How cool is this? Come on. I like how they've all got the signature hair that you know sort of looks like an onion. Woolly Bolly. I put this on for my partner. She watched about 3 minutes of it, and she's like, "I don't like musicals." And I'm like, "But all you do is sing. You turn our lives into a musical," and she just couldn't make the connection. The sets in this are really nice too. I mean, look at I assume that's a real DJ board. It looks like a microwave in the background. He's a weatherman. Yeah. See, he's fat, guys. He's eating a sandwich if you can't tell that he's fat.
Hey, Rolly, you think you can stop eating long enough to tell us about the weather?
Boy, look at the size of that maple sap sandwich. They don't call him roly-poly for nothing.
See, there's no body positivity. They're like, oh my god, now you can see why they call him roly-poly. Look at the size of that frickin' sandwich.
Chestnut ice cream, anyone?
Oh, and he's got an ice cream too. Look at that graphic. That's 90s graphics right there, guys.
Showers will be heavy tonight. I mean, it's going to be raining cats and trolls.
Cats and trolls.
So take your umbrellas with you. Tomorrow is cold.
How cold is it?
It'll be so cold, all the trolls will be wearing mufflers in their bellies. Seriously, dress warmly and keep
So yeah, obviously this show is based on the toy, the troll doll toy, which were a lot uglier than these characters here. Oh, I love this song. Jamaica SS Troller. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty much. It's so hard not to sing along with this. I'm serious. I can't even sing. Off the Florida Keys, there's a place called Kokomo. That's where the trolls all go to get away from it all. Yeah, it's such a good show. Like, it's so wholesome. It's so humble. Like, look at this set. Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Wanna take you down to Kokomo. We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't. I just can't not sing along. So as I was saying, they're based on the Troll dolls. Obviously not as ugly. The Troll dolls were insanely popular. Like, they don't exist any. Oh, well, I take that back. There's 2 stupid movies that came out. I'm gonna have to talk about those movies now. Okay, so recently they released movies based on the Trolls. And when they announced it, I'm like, holy shit, Trolls are back. And I got the first movie and I put it on and watched it. And I got probably about 25 minutes into it. And I'm just like, this is just crap. Like, why? Why do studios have to take old properties and make them hip and cool and frickin' with it? For, you know, if kids aren't going to appreciate something from the past, don't bring it back. Simple as that. If kids can't appreciate Troll dolls as they are, as they were, as they should be, don't bring them back. Don't make them musicals and make them dab and do breakdancing and you know, like have a rap number, and like that's not what the troll dolls are. This, what we're watching right now, is more in line with what the troll dolls should be. You know, and they're all different colours. That's fine. They're all different colours. That's fine. But good lord, they did it with the Smurfs. They did it with Alvin and Chipmunks. They've done it with Trolls. They did it with the Addams Family. Good lord, is nothing sacred. And to all those people that are like, oh, get over it, you know. Like, no. Stop ruining shit.
Rock and roll.
And Cherry.
Back with you on the station at
So as I was saying, the troll dolls were massive, huge. Just insanely huge.
your all troll station. Having
Like,
fun with your all
girls and boys had them. Adults had like the keychains. Like had like troll dolls as keychains.
never saw that troll before.
And so I had two
For the lowdown on the rich and trollish.
I had two toy lines.
Make my day.
So the troll dolls were, you know, they were all cute and humble and all that. And some bright spark at Hasbro was like, let's make them cool. Enter the Battle Trolls, my favourite toy line of all time. Basically, it was the troll dolls, and they made them into Dracula and like Frankenstein and like a ninja and a pirate and just everything cool, you know. And it was the best line ever. It was the first toy that I remember picking out and wanting and buying at the toy shop myself.
Baby, here's a song
Um,
message from the
It was so cool.
If you like to read like I do, you're gonna love this song. Coming at you right now.
Yeah, so that were the Battle Trolls. Now I still have 3 of them in the packets. So I have the vampire, the Dracula, I had the Frankenstein, and so Dracula was wave 1, Frankenstein was wave 2. Now there was a wave 3 that was never released in Australia, so I didn't find out about it until I got older, right? So I rebought Dracula, Frankenstein, and then I found out about the wave 3. And as a kid, I was always like, you know, they have Dracula and Frankenstein, where's the Wolfman? Well, wave 3 had the Wolfman, but only in America. So when I got older, I found it and I'm like, oh my god, I want that. If I ever see that, I'm going to buy it. I don't care how much it costs. And one day I found it on eBay, and I think it cost me like $180 Australian, but I'm like, I don't care. It sent me broke for the week, but I'm like, I don't care, I'm buying it. So I bought it, and then so now I have Dracula, Frankenstein, the Wolfman as Battle Trolls. All in packets, all good condition, and I'm just so happy about that, like seriously. I think I'll keep them forever. Maybe give them to if I ever have kids. Otherwise they'll be buried with me. Then there was another line. I want to say it was Galoob, but I'm not sure. They were called Troll Warriors. Now they were smaller, and they were like made of plastic. The Battle Trolls were sort of made of like a hollow plastic, like an empty plastic, so you could squeeze their bodies and like, you know, squash them and stuff. Blown plastic, I think maybe it's called. And they obviously had the hair, the fake hair. The Troll Warriors, their bodies were made of plastic. They had articulation. The Battle Trolls had articulation too, but it was very limited. I think it was just basically you could turn their waist and maybe their head. But the Troll Warriors had like arms, legs, waist, head. The Troll Warriors were a really cool line. They were all different colours, and basically the story was they were good trolls and they were bad trolls, and they fought against each other. And I remember I had the evil king. He was like red-skinned, and he was dressed like a king, and he had white tuft of hair. They all had accessories. I had another one who was a wizard. He was an evil wizard. He had pink skin, a purple outfit, purple hair, a monocle, and a gold staff that had little plastic bits, little red plastic pieces, so that you could shake it and it rattled, so it looked like he was doing magic. Then I had a fat guy. He was a barbarian. He was green-skinned, orange hair, had a black unibrow, and he was wearing like sort of a He-Man barbarian costume. And then there was another guy I had. He was sort of a muscular guy with a big nose with a wart on it, blue skin, orange costume, and yellow hair with a, I believe he had a metal helmet on. So yeah. And then I got older and I bought them all again. I got the entire line, so that was nice. I don't know where they are, to be honest. My father had them, so they've probably been sold in a garage sale or something. But yeah, I digress. That's enough about troll toys.
Everyone's a comedian.
We have time for just one more call. Troll 92, what's your request?
I'd like to hear Do Wah Diddy, and I'd like
Oh, the
to
song's
dedicate it
good.
to my wife, Trollija. I'd like to, but I don't have a wife.
Oh, that's sad. He wanted to dedicate it to his wife, but he didn't have a wife.
Still a troll radio goodie. Here's your request from the station that plays your fave.
This is a good song too. Just in time.
There she was.
Just a walking down the street singing do a diddy diddy dum diddy do. She reminds me of Miss Piggy. That's one of the rare times in this special where you can see that guy's eyes. You don't get to see his eyes very much. I think maybe that might be one of maybe 2 instances where you see his eyes. She's not holding his hand. Ah, that's sweet. That's me and my wife. It's so weird that... Oh wait, hold on. It looked like she had one earring, unless one fell out. Go back and have a look at when they were standing in front of the house. Was she only wearing one earring? I think maybe one fell out, fell off the puppet. Maybe I'm just, you know, didn't pay enough. I told you, that's me and my wife. See, puppets were such a big part of children's media back in like the 80s and the 90s, and maybe even the 70s. But yeah, especially the 80s and the 90s. That's me. Is she gonna beat him? Yeah, that's me and my wife. That's cute. So yeah, puppets were a big deal. Like, obviously, Muppets, Fraggle Rock. But I mean, even in movies, like Labyrinth,
Oh, gold.
Dark Crystal,
Everybody's sitting pretty with a little doo-wah
Never Ending Story.
That brings us up to the end of our first hour.
And standing by with the news.
Well, it's been an hour already.
Squiggles Troll Kite. So stay with us. We got lots more fun music
Um,
ahead.
Right now, here's
So yeah, puppets were once really big, and it's so sad
Be Happy.
that CGI has replaced practical effects and puppets and everything, and that really breaks my freaking heart. What the heck?
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it. No,
Okay.
no, don't.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think this is one part where I can safely say that I'm not being nostalgic. Like, it's not just me being, you know, romanticizing the past. I honestly believe practical effects, puppets, people in suits, animatronics, I honestly believe that these things are superior in almost every way to CGI. I get it. I get it. CGI is easier, it's faster, it's cheaper, but good lord, man, it does not have a soul. Like, the practical effects had souls. You could hold them, you could touch them. Gizmo in Gremlins, you could walk on set, pick him up, and he'd move in your hands. He wasn't real, but you, like, he was pretty damn close to being real. Yeah, I'm so happy that there's... Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. I'm so happy there's a small resurgence of practical effects coming back. The Dark Crystal TV series, Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, that was really good. That was so good. And you know, I was worried. I was like, this is gonna suck. But I watched it from start to finish, and I'm like, that's really good.
This is Squiggles Troll Kite with the news.
You can tell by his voice that he's crazy. And his hair.
Okay. In our leading story, the first astronaut to go to the moon took a historic walk in space today. His reason for
Is he holding a
walking out-
lollipop?
He didn't like the movie. I'm sorry.
He didn't like the movie.
Trolls celebrated Mother's
Moonbee.
Day, and since everyone knows trolls come from acorns, nobody knew quite where to send their cards.
Trolls come from acorns?
Wall Street
I'd like to quickly touch on a movie called Troll. It came out, I think, 87. It was a horror movie. Well, it was like a fantasy horror. It was meant to be for kids, but it had like scary ass scenery. Basically what it was this evil troll, and it took over an apartment building, and like it would turn all the people into trolls and stuff. He'd like stick them with this ring, and they'd like, some of them would turn into plants, some of them would turn into nymphs, others would turn into trolls. I remember watching it as a kid. It didn't scare me. I don't remember it scaring me, but yeah, it, like, looking back, it's very nightmarish fuel for a child. I forget the troll's name. I think it was Turek. I think Turek, not Turok. Turek. Not Tyak. Turek. And of course, I gotta mention the main character in the series is named Harry Potter. Well, his name's Harry Potter Jr. His father is Harry Potter Sr. Julie Louis-Dreyfus of Seinfeld fame, she gets naked in it. I'm not trying to be like, you know, dirty here or anything, but that's the truth. Like, that's all she's famous for in that movie. Because the troll turns her into a nymph, and so she comes out wearing nothing but leaves, but literally the leaves cover nothing. Like, I mean, it's not full frontal or anything, but she literally is naked. This is a good one too. So yeah, I've spoken about the toys, the horror movie. I don't remember a video game per se about trolls. Maybe there was one, but I don't remember playing it. Excuse me, I just keep yawning. I'm gonna be honest here. The Trolls sing really well for what it's worth. Like, they're not gonna break any records, but they sing really well. Yeah, I mean, watching this, it just brings back many memories. Like, it reminds me of all the stuff that I watched around the same time, like the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, which was really well done. I think I'm thinking of that because of the singing and the high-pitched voices. Because Alvin and the Chipmunks is famous for high-pitched singing. And they also have that something in common. Trolls and Alvin and the Chipmunks, they were both remade and ruined for newer generations. Look, if your kids or kids you know or kids that you've met, or if you're a kid yourself and you like the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, that's fine. That is fine. I've got nothing against you. But just sympathize with me for a minute. When I was a kid, I loved Alvin and the Chipmunks. I grew up. They're like, we're making an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. I'm like, cool, let's do it. And then they do it, and I'm like, oh. They ruined Yogi Bear. They ruined Alvin and the Chipmunks. They ruined Trolls. They ruined Addams Family. They ruined Smurfs. Can you see where I'm coming from? They're ruining everything I love. It's not like, they've ruined one thing and I'm just I'm holding a candle for it and holding a grudge over it and going to war over it.
Come in, U-turn.
This is cool. But yeah, look, I love that mountain. Look at that mountain. But yeah, as I said, like, they're ruining everything. Every single thing. Nothing is sacred. If all I ask is, if you can't adapt it or remake it or reboot it, if you can't do it as it should be, as it was, as I know it and as we love it, then don't do it. There is no harm in saying, okay, I want to make Alvin and the Chipmunks, but I'm going to change it so much that the original fans are going to hate it. So what about if I just make a new idea and call it Rocky and the Raccoons? And it can be just like Alvin and the Chipmunks, and I can do whatever I want with it, and it's not going to affect the Alvin and the Chipmunks fans because the name's different. People might make make connections and say it's similar, but no one can really say I ruined their childhood because it's not Alvin and the Chipmunks. I've called it Rocky and the Raccoons. Why doesn't Hollywood do this? All they're doing, people don't realize this, all that they're doing is they're going off the name recognition. They're saying, okay, here's Alvin and the Chipmunks. So you're going to draw in new fans, old fans, everyone. Because they're like, that name sounds familiar, I remember, or, I love that as a kid, or, I have a chipmunk in my backyard. It's the name recognition, it's drawing everyone in. And then people like me are like, shit, yeah. And then I sit down and I'm like, shit, no. And that's the problem. This is kind of creepy. Get over it, Gooby. That's literally Gooby. That's creepy. Look, they remade She-Ra. And for God knows what reason, that shit, that garbage, that trash, got 5 seasons. 5 seasons. I believe it got more than the original show did. Look, I'm sorry, but the She-Ra remake show was just a travesty. It was abysmal. It was a virtue signaling, social justice warrior friendly, woke, just pandering bullshit. good lord. Like, that's the thing. She-Ra was already about girl power. It was already about strong, strong women, like powerful female characters. You did not need to do anything to, just update it with new graphic, like animation, upgrade it with new art and animation, make new stories. That's all you really had to do. But no, they had to pander. They had to just change every single thing about the show that I used to love. I don't really want to get much into it, but I think they made She-Ra a lesbian. I don't know, I've never seen the show. I've just, read reviews and reactions and seen images. I just can't bring myself. I really can't. But I think they made She-Ra a lesbian, and they put her, like, she ended up with Catra, the villain. Ugh. Like, if I'm wrong, like, please correct me, and, but She-Ra was attracted to Seahawk. I think Bo was in love with She-Ra. And they made Glimmer fat, and they made Bo black, and like, there's nothing wrong with, inclusivity, being inclusive and all that jazz, but like, I mean, seriously, you have a black character, fat character, a gay character, an Asian character, a bloody Mexican character, a one-legged character, a paraplegic character, you see what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's good to be inclusive, like, do not get me wrong, but I think being inclusive, I think it's a fine line. I think if you include every single, race, religion, gender, demographic, belief, whatever, if you include everything, it's like beating a dead horse. And it overshadows. So let's say that you have a black character. You've got black representation, but then you go ahead and you have a fat character, a gay character, and a trans character, and a deaf character, and a mute character, and like a survivor of domestic violence character. So, what was the first thing I mentioned? Let's go back. Oh, it was a black character, wasn't it? See? You overshadowed all the diversity, all the inclusion, because there's just so much. Like you go in, you watch an episode of a show that includes every single, inclusion that there possibly is. You walk out telling your friend, and then you go to sleep, and then you wake up, oh no, I forgot to tell them about, the overweight character that they included. The body positivity character. I'm sorry to get political, but it's just like, that's the problem.
We're gonna break for station identification. Today's Troll 92 editorial, and then we'll be back with lots more of the same, which we were doing before we started doing things which weren't working.
They did a new Sabrina show. Now, I'm very alone here. My sister and my friends are just all against me, and that's fine. As I said, I don't hate anyone that disagrees with me, and if you hate me, then you're an idiot. Look, that's just a fat character, and they've just put him on a skinny body. So yeah, they've made a new Sabrina TV show, and it's all dark and all that jazz. I totally forgot about the Riverdale show. It's all dark and serious, and there's lesbians in it and all that, and ooh, like, come on. Archie and his gang are kids that hang out at all they do is hang out at a malt shop. How can you mess that up? I get it, Riverdale's the biggest and best show ever made. But come on.
Here's a song that you can exercise to.
Come on,
Here's the
please.
Thunder Trolls with their version of
Seriously. Why couldn't you just make it the way it was? You could update it. You could have them on their iPhones while they're sitting in the malt shop. Like, malt shops still exist. Maybe they're not called malt shops. I mean, there's a place where I'm from called Cold Rock. It's like an ice cream parlour, and you could sit in there and chill, and it's open till like 11 PM at night. Why couldn't they do that? Why do you have to make it all serious and evil? The world Archie came from was a friendly, happy place. Except when Weird Mysteries came along, then it just went haywire. But, I mean, the world of Archie is so happy and friendly. There's actually a comic book I read once called Hack Slash, and it takes place in a world. It's meant to be the world of Archie, but they changed it. It's called, like, I don't know, Arby or something. I don't know. But basically Jason Voorhees goes there and he starts killing all the teenagers. And because everyone's happy and friendly, they're like, oh my god, what's actually happening? Golly gee, jeepers, mister. Because that's look, the creator of Archie, he spent a lot of his life, when the internet came out, he spent a lot of his life fighting against people making nude pictures of Betty and Veronica, because he didn't want that image. Excuse me. He didn't want people to see these characters as anything but happy, friendly, happy-go-lucky, wholesome, humble characters. That's what his vision was. So Riverdale comes along and it's pretty much saying, well, screw your vision, old man. This is how we do it. And this is what the viewers and the fans don't understand. The creator of Archie, the creator of Archie's Adventures in Riverdale, he wanted a humble, friendly, happy-go-lucky story, like a world, a character. Like, they still had their dramas and stuff, but it was nothing major. It wasn't dark, it wasn't serious, it wasn't depressing, it wasn't controversial. And that's the problem. That's what makes me so angry about the success of Riverdale. People just don't understand. This isn't what he wanted. This isn't what the creator wanted. The creator. The person who made it. Basically, without this guy that you're forgetting and that you're giving the middle finger to, without him, you wouldn't have Riverdale. So just keep that in mind. You wouldn't have Sabrina either, because he created Sabrina. See, this shit puts me in a foul mood. Speaking of Sabrina, the original in the 90s was better. Melissa Joan Hart was a better Sabrina. Because it didn't need to be dark and edgy and spooky and all dark and edgy. It didn't need to do that to be entertaining. And the cat talked. Why can't the cat frickin' talk? That was my only hang up with the new show. I said if the cat talks, I'll watch it. Guess what? The cat doesn't frickin' talk. Jeez, they're really phoning these songs in now. Look at that monkey. As I said, I know a lot of people, like my sister loves Riverdale, my sister loves the new Sabrina. My sister loved the old Sabrina, so I think she's a bit of a sellout. But, as I said, like, I don't hate anyone. I don't dislike anyone who likes Riverdale or Sabrina or the new She-Ra or... like what you want. It's not going to make me think any less of you. I think less of the shows. I think less of the creators and anyone that has anything to do with the production. So yeah, that's my stance. And that's the thing that the world seems to forget, is opinions. People act like opinions, are dangerous and they can kill you and they're evil and you know, if you disagree with an opinion, it means the person that you know, that has a different opinion to you is like Satan or something. And that's a problem. That's a really big problem. People just seem to want a think tank, like an echo chamber. Basically, people want to say, I like Riverdale. And all they want to hear is everyone say, I like Riverdale too. So they basically just want to hear the same thing repeated back to them. And if someone like me is like, I don't like Riverdale, then it's like, he's a member of the KKK, kill him.
Oh no. I mean, oh boy.
Sorry this video got political, but you know, this is the feelings that come out of me when I talk about this sort of stuff. It's very upsetting and it's very distressing to me, but I have to voice my opinion.
What can we do for you?
I only have 5 subscribers, so what am I going to lose? What am I going to do? Lose 3 of them? Wow, big loss.
Got it.
Not to say I don't appreciate all my subscribers, but it's not like I'm PewDiePie and I'm going to lose million one subscribers, you know? Yeah, these last few songs are really phoning in. Like the first lot are hits and everything, but these last ones suck. I think they might be original songs. What? He's sleeping with my wife. You see that shit? That bitch married the DJ. Infidelity. This show's evil. So yeah. I'm very much against ruining people's childhood. And people who are like, oh, this, you know, there's no such thing, you know, you can still enjoy the old stuff. No, I can't. I can't enjoy the old stuff. Because look, watching this is look at all the feelings and thoughts that watching this has brought up. So yes, it has ruined my childhood because I can't watch this with enjoyment, just pure enjoyment. Oh, what an evil son. So yeah. I don't know anymore. I just think that I'm very grateful, I'm very lucky and very blessed to have grown up when I did. With all the wholesome and humble cartoons and show and content that I grew up with. Just free of controversy, you know? Like, it's not like my father or my uncles, you know, were like, oh, you know, He-Man's a rip-off of Conan the Barbarian. You know, this is abysmal, this is a travesty. So yeah. I don't know. As I said, like, if kids today, if they love the She-Ra remake, that's fine. I got nothing against those kids. Well, we're at the end here.
I know, thanks. And thanks to you, Cherry, not to mention our trolling.
Well, that was a very political episode of the Scottman Watchers. I apologise if you are offended. Well, actually, no, I don't apologise. That's my opinion, that's my thoughts. And I can't apologise for who I am. Feel free to try to cancel me. I only have 5 subscribers, so good luck.
And everyone else here at WTROLL, keep listening. We love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye for the last time. It's a very deep meaning when I say goodbye to these trolls. I started this video smiling ear to ear, and now I'm just frowning. It was very bittersweet watching this. I don't know. I just miss this time, you know. I just miss this. I just miss this time. I miss this era. This, you know. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry about the getting a bit serious there for you. Yeah, that's all from me for now, guys, and until next time.